Hey everybody, welcome back to another review from Rob's Toy Attic. Today we're taking a look at the brand new Marvel Legends Tony Stark AI figure from the Mr. Hyde Build-A-Figure wave. This figure was just released this week and I picked it up, and so now I will be taking a look at it. You can see the packaging here with the figure inside the window. Almost looks like he's headless from a distance, but then you get up close and you see that it's a holographic Tony Stark head on the suit. Everything in the window there. Packaging looks pretty good. Nice look of Tony Stark AI on the side here, as well as a larger picture on the back with the write-up on Tony Stark right here and why he is AI. You can read that if you like. Get a little Iron Man emblem on the top of the box and Iron Man logo on the bottom. And what's inside? Let's find out now. And here is Tony Stark AI out of the packaging, or Iron Man as I will be calling him throughout the duration of this video. And this Iron Man figure, although a complete repaint of the 80th anniversary that came out 2 years ago, it's still a great looking figure, as these colors here represent to me what figures of Iron Man looked like in the early 90s, which was when I started collecting as a kid. The Marvel superheroes, Iron Man in particular, the one with the snap-on armor. If you're a collector, you know what I'm talking about. You had it. If you're in your 30s or above, then yeah, you had that guy if you're watching this video. So, and those colors just really come across on this figure. The yellows and the reds used are very vibrant. The yellow, it's a bold yellow and a bold red, and the plastic has a sheen to it that still gives a metallic look, like it could be a suit of armor just in these colors, even though it doesn't have a metallic coloring to it. Let me get these out of the way. Inside of his mouth and eyes, you can see that there's a light blue, the same that corresponds with these with the arc reactor and these repulsors right here. So, which you don't really catch unless the light's right in it. So I think that's a nice touch. I feel like the yellow used on the mask or the helmet really shows off that sculpt a lot better than the metallic gold did for the previous release of this figure, as well as the solid red throughout just looks really clean, whereas the older one was more marbled. There you go. Yeah, everything's the way it ought to be with this fella. And I'll pull out that older figure to compare in just the end here. But for being just a repaint, yeah, it's a pretty good repaint. I like it. And so for accessories, you get a couple of put up your dukes, some open blasting hands, and of course the pieces or the blast effects to go along with those hands, which I like the touch of blue on the figure. I'm not gonna lie, like, even though it's not what the classic Iron Man looks like, and it's more what the modern AI Tony Stark looks like with the blue right here, I think it pops nicely and gives us a little bit extra. It matches well with the blast right here. What also matches with the blue is this holographic Tony Stark AI head, which is a very nice head sculpt when you get into it. You can see it here on the figure, all in its translucent glory. But up close, you can see the details. The sculpting in the hair, these pieces coming down on his forehead, all around the back, you get that nice detail in the hair. You get a little bit of paint punched in for his goatee and his eyebrows and his eyeballs. That's about the paint. And these little wisps of hair in the front too, I think there's some paint on those. But I could definitely see this being reused as, well, a human Tony Stark head, and I'm eager to see what customizers do as far as repainting goes. And I myself might even pick up a cast or just try my hand at painting this one, because it is nice looking. And I do know, we did get that classic Tony head with the 80th anniversary, but it'd be nice to get a more modern Tony head, which I know we did also recently, but this one just looks better. As far as articulation goes, with the hologram head, you get all the way up, all the way down. Shoulders go way out, and I feel like these shoulders move much smoother and freer than the previous release. Ab crunch arcs back that far, crunches that far forward. You get a twist. Legs come out this far. These don't get in the way. They're glued on. Upper thigh cut. You got double jointed knees. Boot rotation. Ankles go down. Ankles go up. And they go side to side. Oh, and these arms. You get bicep swivel. You get double jointed elbows that go in that far. And then you get a twist and a hinge on the fisted hands. The repulsor hands are stuck, splayed out, ready for blasting. That doesn't really bother me too much. Height-wise, this Iron Man figure comes in at about 6.5 inches tall. So, pretty good height, I think. And here he is compared to the 80th anniversary Iron Man with the gold gecko. And you can see what I was trying to say maybe earlier about the heads, that this newer one with the pale yellow is able to show off more of the details in the helmet sculpt than this one is, as it kind of melds in with all the sheen and becomes a bit more muddy than this guy over here. Both are excellent figures, don't get me wrong, and they're both gonna find places in my display. And here he is next to Captain America for a size comparison and just for a look comparison as well. I think Cap looks pretty good next to this guy right here, but it's hard to say which one looks better with Cap. Hard to say indeed, but this guy right here, he's a nice addition. I like him. He's good. He's clean, He's got those looks that I like in my Iron Man. The bright yellows, the bright reds. If only we can get that 80th anniversary Captain America now in a lighter color scheme, I think that these two would be the perfect pairings. But overall, though, I think it's a good pickup. If you don't need another Iron Man for your collection, which I can understand because we've had so many already, then this could be an easy pass for you, especially if you have the 80th anniversary. But if you miss out on that or weren't able to find it and looking for a good classic Iron Man, while this isn't necessarily or technically a classic Iron Man, it definitely works for a classic Iron Man. And so I'm happy to have it in my collection. And I'm looking forward to the modular armor that's coming out later this year, as well as the stealth armor, which will be using this body again. If they do an Iron Man armor right, they can do as many as they want. Hasbro, that is. And I know some people complain, oh, another Iron Man, oh, another Captain America, another Spider-Man, Wolverine, Deadpool. Deadpool I can understand. But, the fact is that these figures are being made based on the characters' appearances in comic books. Not just, it's not like these looks don't exist. So even if we get this Tony AI and then next year we get this same look but with a yellow arc reactor, for a classic, Iron Man, yeah, it is what it is. No one's forcing you to go out and pick up these figures. No one's telling you need to grab all of them. So, if you see one and you think it looks good and you want it in your collection, then go ahead and pick it up. That's what I did with this one. I saw it in the stores. I said, yeah, that's mine now. And so I got it. And I'm happy to have it. So I hope you liked this review. And if you did, comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time, take it easy.